Cardano is fast approaching the next stage in its roadmap. While the naysayers would like you to believe otherwise, smart contract functionality is well and truly on its way. Today, we are rolling up the freshest cuts of Cardano and wrapping them into the tenderest and most savory rolls for your YouTube consumption. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In this video, we serve up some fresh Cardano news. The Cardano community is easily the most loyal and passionate in all of crypto. Just look at this recent vote for a funding round on Project Catalyst. Each time there's a new vote, they show a huge increase in numbers, which just goes to show how well Cardano continues to attract new supporters. Not as much as Charles Hoskinson would tell you it is, but this is obviously because of their awesome tech and overall ambition. But you gotta admit, it's also thanks to his warm and fuzzy presence in the space. There's no doubt about it. He truly is the most wholesome and approachable crypto billionaire tycoon around. In terms of fans, he's the closest thing we have to a fully fledged blockchain rock star. Or in this case, more of a folksy singer-songwriter type, leading a quiet life on the Bison Ranch. In a recent live stream to tens of thousands of geeky groupies, Charles gave his thoughts on everything from fungi, Warhammer, string theory, the keto diet, as well as his favorite character to use while playing Super Mario Kart, the Koopa. The perfect choice considering Cardano's whole strategic approach appears to have been taken straight from the tortoise and the hare, with Ethereum getting serious first mover advantage. As for who will eventually win the blockchain race, well, Charles also addressed a potential reunion between himself and Vitalik, crypto's very own answer to Simon and Garfunkel. Although it seems unlikely anytime soon, he did say he'd be willing to build a bridge over troubled water if there was less toxicity in the space. The Ethereum community at large was willing to do the same. But he made a point that bears repeating, namely that we should remind ourselves why we're in crypto at all. Because as much as people love getting swept up in the narrative, it's not actually about ADA versus Ethereum versus Polkadot. It's about crypto versus the legacy financial system. That's the narrative we should all be focusing on. Divide and conquer, folks. Let's not allow ourselves to get suckered in. But hey, who doesn't love a bit of drama? And what would an ADA update be without a side of Twitter beef to go with it? This week, we saw how some people are so committed to trashing Cardano, they're actually betting on Polymarket about whether smart contracts will be available by October. Currently, no has a slim majority at 52%. Well, if you're willing to put your crypto where your mouth is on this one, then be prepared to lose. Even Charles couldn't resist tweeting a response, saying that the next 2 months could be fun, and he expects lots of meltdowns and temper tantrums from the paint chip brigade. Cardano's road to smart contracts continues. Slow and steady as Charles' very own spirit animal, inching toward the finish line. The Ninja Turtle himself confirmed just last week that they'll be available as soon as the Alonzo hard fork is deployed, which he believes will be as soon as September. Now, many of you will be familiar with the Alonzo roadmap, which followed a carefully planned color-coded system. The white phase, where it's currently at, gave their Plutus partners and Catalyst Fund winners access to the Alonzo testnet. The next stage is purple, which will see a significant increase in users as the testnets opened up to the community. And just to be sure, it'll be divided up into two parts. Light purple, which will allow for simple smart contracts, and then dark purple, with the introduction of more complex smart contracts. Smoke on the water, baby. This is super exciting stuff, because after 6 years of development, rewriting Plutus more than a dozen times, creating 2 new programming languages, Goguen is finally getting ready to roll. And the thousands of developers committed to building on the network, a huge ecosystem of dApps ready to hit the ground running, things actually look like they're on track for Cardano. With all this good news, ADA fans can now sign up for the Cardano 2021 Summit, taking place next month in Wyoming. But don't worry, as anyone unable to make it to the Cowboy State can also register for a host of virtual events, as well as local meetups around the world. Speaking of signups, ADA holders can also join the best Cardano staking pool there is, the BitPool. Click the link below to find instructions on how you can stake your ADA with the BitSquad and earn that sweet APY. By staking your ADA, you also can vote in any future proposals or funding rounds. Just today, at the time of this recording, Fund 6 was announced. So if you want to get involved while earning free crypto gains, well, it's time to get staking. So what else has been going on for Cardano? This week also saw the announcement of an official partnership between Lewd Labs and SundaeSwap. Lewd is an algorithmic, non-custodial liquidity protocol for lending and borrowing on the Cardano blockchain, which will now integrate SundaeSwap as its DEX of choice once the Alonzo hard fork is complete. SundaeSwap has also agreed to develop one of the first Oracle solutions on Cardano, allowing Lewd to easily and securely initiate lending and borrowing markets for Cardano native assets and supported liquidity pools. In other DeFi news, a new IDO launchpad for Cardano called Kick released several press releases this week, even going so far as declaring themselves Cardano's secret weapon set to dethrone Ethereum. Or as they put it, helping Ethereum kick the bucket. Really? Not quite the kind of tone Charles seems to be going for himself. Either way, these guys hope to leverage DeFi innovations to provide transparent, efficient, and fully decentralized crowdfunding services, as well as offering full support of Cardano native tokens. Sounds promising, but they might want to work on their PR as well. Still, the point is that DeFi is coming to Cardano. Smart contract functionality is around the corner, and the ADA haters could be in for a rough couple of months. What about Cardano lovers and their bags of precious ADA? Cardano's held up phenomenally well during this mini bear market. It's currently sitting at around the same levels as early May. To put it into context, compare that to DOT, for example, or yes, even Ethereum, and we can see just how diamond-handed the Cardano community is. Not surprising considering over 70% of it is staked. Still, that didn't stop legendary trader Peter Brandt from posting this picture on Twitter, which identified a potential head and shoulders pattern that could lead to a crash of 60 to 90%. Yes, the world might have scoffed at you, Peter, when you correctly called the Litecoin top in 2018. With all respect to both you and Litecoin, Cardano's in a totally different league. Has a super strong community, major international adoption, the majority of tokens are staked. It's just about to launch smart contracts on one of the most efficient blockchains around. The ADA bears might have been liking this tweet as fast as their little pods could manage, but it seems practically impossible at this stage in the game. As for my ADA price prediction for this bull run, as well as some of our other favorite crypto assets, check out my recent video down below in the description. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap will get you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.com.